Welcome to Herd Beginner Racing. Herd Beginner Racing offers 5 races on a weekend, and inside each race there are 5 ZRS-based bands. You can join the race based on your abilities and race with folks of similar ability. This week we're on downtown Dolphin. It is a 2-kilometer course that we will be riding 7 times in the group we're in. Depending on your bandwidth, you may do more, you may do less. So I'll be walking through this, making observations of what went well, what could have been done better, tactics that could have been employed but weren't. So let's get this race started. I'll speed it up as we go through the boring parts. And like most Zwift races, this one took off hot. We have Easton coming off the front here, pushing hard. I'm never sure. I don't know if he's trying to make a breakaway or just set a fast pace for everybody, but we certainly can't let somebody go within the first 100 meters of the race. The obvious attack point of this race is going to be the climb. We're going to see that as 7 times. So the big goal is to just rest in, stay out of the wind, enjoy the draft, watch the draft meter in the upper right. We're trying to stay over 100, and let's see what happens on the climb. No one's really putting on any pressure. Travis a little bit. I want to make sure I stay within striking distance. Is he going? Probably not, but I want to make sure I covered that. So nope, we're all back together again. So as we go around this lap, we want to make sure we draft and rest and see what happens on the next climb, because the climb is what this race is all about. So I always race the Sunday 2 p.m. time slot, EST, New York time, and that's where I make these videos. If you want to be involved in the videos, just pop in here. I race currently on D. I'm about to go up to the C level, but come on over and maybe get some camera time. So we're taking our time back here in the draft. Trying to stay at 100, we're at 60. You know, it's not forming real well, but that's okay. I'm not in the wind. We're coming up on the second lap. I was nervous about this lap, and you know, if you really want to, if you're a distance guy, now's the time to attack. So worried about it, I attacked. Travis went. I thought I better really cover that, and I managed to get the KOM. Not that the KOM means anything. Pretty much all I did was burn a match for a pointless reason, but now I'm off the front. So I'm like, well, let's see what happens. Maybe I can be the guy who pushes off. And I'm holding some good distance here. Hit 30 meters at one point. I'm thinking maybe this has a chance, but then no, I see him closing in, so I just shut it down and let him catch up. And I go to my favorite spot in the group, which is the back, hiding from the wind. All right, now I have the KOM jersey, and Travis is not happy about that because he likes the KOM jersey. So we're coming on this lap, and we had a little bit of smack talk going on there for a minute. And we're just going to sit back because he could use that as an excuse to make an attack. So we just need to always be watching this thing, always be ready to cover any attacks that come. There goes Travis in red. I have to follow. I do not trust him. He is a strong rider. So now I'm thinking, Travis and I are off the front. Let's go together. And he said no. He shut her down, so I had to shut it down. Back to the group. Back to hanging out in a draft. I'm hoping these other guys behind us can catch us. They should be pretty close. And that way I get better draft because, as I say over and over again, I really like a sprint finish from a group. That's my best finishing, my best finishing performance is that way. I can usually get in the right position. So let's kind of hoping for that, but I doubt it. I mean, this climb is the obvious attack point. It's just so obvious, it's ridiculous. So you're always watching for it. I threatened to hit the KOM here and take it back from Travis. What I really was doing was trying to make Travis go hard up this climb and burn his legs a little bit because I'm just going to follow. I'm not leading anything up here. But I do want to stay with the front guys. These guys are covering. There's no need for me to cover. So again, the less amount of work I can do, the better. Love this spot right here. 95, 100 in the draft. These rollers. Easton likes to attack these rollers, so you do need to keep an eye on him. I'm really curious as to how that's going to affect the finish. Is someone going to attack on that climb and then try to run it out on the rollers into the line? Not my preferred way, but I'll chase that down if I need to. I'm thinking about that kind of stuff right now. Also coming out in the 5th lap, I'm not expecting anything real crazy on this 5th lap. It's a little bit far if you haven't gone already. That means you don't want to go a long distance. Rest in the draft. Keep your watts down. Try to use your power-ups on this climb just in case. Easton pushes a little bit, but he's just doing 4s, so he just doesn't really have a commitment to this. Travis and Easton off the front. Maybe I should close that down. I start to, and then I realize, hey, I've got help here. So there's no sense me pushing hard. Let them do the work. I'll rest up. Easton's doing a standard roller thing. Looking good. I'm pretty happy with the position. But now we're coming in the 6th lap. And if you don't want a sprint finish and you've got some legs, this isn't a bad way to go. And a couple of these guys have shown that they've got some legs. I mean, bet your has caught up time and time again with 3 watts per kilogram on the flats, so he can definitely solo if he can get to the top of the climb. Better keep an eye on him. We know Travis can do it. Easton looks like he can do it. He attacks at different times, but he hasn't done anything with his attacks, but he certainly has legs. So let's see what happens here. Pretty slow, calm. I mean, we see a little bit of 4s and 5s, not that big a deal right now. The group stays together. So now it gets serious. Now we're heading into the final lap, and we are going to be, if you don't want to sprint, you have got to take it on that climb right now. And look at this. We got a slight attack, but of course it's not going to go anywhere. There's too many people in the group at this point. If you do it, you've got to hammer that attack if you want to take it, because you've got to outride 4 riders, and it's very, very challenging. But you have to know what your strengths are in a race and have that plan. So here we are in the 7th. All right, if anybody is taking it, it is going to be now. So I've got a feather, very happy with that. Maybe not happy. I would have preferred a sprint for the end, but let's see what happens on this climb. Anybody going to attack from here? About 1 kilometer out. Some hard pushing, but nothing crazy. So here we are. Looks like we're going to head to some sort of a group's finish. But remember, Easton kept attacking the rollers. So we got to keep an eye on him. We have to keep an eye on Travis. And there goes Easton. So I've got to go. Travis goes. We're just pushing pretty hard. They're pushing 6s. But look, Easton went a little soon, and he lost it. He didn't have the ability to hold it all the way to the line, so I managed to sneak past him. So here we are, and the last thing we always do is take a look at the wattage. Very happy with 188 watts in the win. If you can win with lower wattage than everybody else, you're in great shape. We had some great riding by Easton with some pretty high watts coming out. Got to give a shout out to Kruger. Quiet the whole race, stuck in the group, and look at why. 176 watts. He was quietly doing exactly what it is you need to do, enjoying the draft and trying to sprint at the end. So come on out next week and join us for one of the herd beginner races. I'll see everybody next week.